Hello everybody, and welcome back to the landscape. I keep looking at the camera just to make sure that I'm in shot because I can't see. Yeah, I am, that's good. Yeah, greetings, hello. Welcome back to a landscape. The sun was out a moment ago, it was really quite nice. Trying to dry everything out a little bit, having dodged rain showers all morning. I'm having a bit of a compositional dilemma right now. I found a nice view. It's not belting, but then in the weather conditions that we've got right now, they aren't belting. It's nice, okay? And it's a nice view. It's a nice scene. Nice winding road, mountain in the distance. The brackens turn brown, so got lovely, rich, warm colours. And when the sun does come out, it's really appealing. It's nice to look at, and that's what made me go, "Ooh, do you know what? I'm going to stand here and create an image to try and capture that nice feeling." But what I can't make up my mind on is whether I'm going to do it portrait or whether I'm going to do it landscape. And for the avoidance of doubt, so that would be landscape, that aperture, and that would be portrait. Now, it is a fact, well, I think it's a fact anyway, that in landscape photography, the vast majority of the images that I see are taken that way up, with the long edge top and bottom. Landscape images that way round are few and far between, at least in comparison, proportionally. And I think a portrait is an excellent way to communicate. I keep pausing because I'm just watching the sunlight move over the landscape, and I'm having this sort of portrait landscape debate running around in my head the whole time, and that's what's making me just stop for a moment. So it is said that the landscape format, that way round, promotes a calm and peaceful reaction, whereas that tends to be more dynamic and more energetic. And I think that's my dilemma. This is a nice scene. And landscape, yes, all right. Portrait's maybe a bit better, but then that's not an energetic scene. Although maybe it is. Maybe the winding road creates the energy. I really don't know. But that's why I'm stood here trying to make a video about it. And I'll be honest with you, I am struggling a little bit. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the Osmo and I'm going to put the Osmo pointing in that direction and try and use the viewing aid to sort of talk through and walk through why I'm having this little bit of a moment out here in the landscape. So let's get you moved. And yeah, we'll go from there. Right, let's get you moved. Stop blithering, Hugh. Okie dokie. So, do apologise, the wind has suddenly picked up. Let's pop you in there. Does that make it? No, I don't think it does make it any better, does it? Right, okay, we're going to have to put up with a bit of wind. Sorry about that, folks. Right, so there is my general view. And no, let's do it the other way around. Now, just a case in point, right? So at the moment, the sun is over there. And when it does pop out, it's this side of the valley that gets bathed in sunlight, not that side. So that's why I'm predominantly concentrating on this side of the valley, because if I was to take a general view across the valley, I'd end up with this side lit and that side not lit. and it would just look off balance. This would be a lot heavier than this. And that's a compositional behavior that just doesn't sit well with me at all. So that's why I'm concentrating here. Excuse me. So let's do landscape. Where are we? So landscape is looking a bit like that. Taking in the road, you can probably just about make out there's a gate down there. I've got a fell line coming down into the frame, and although it's a bit shrouded in cloud at the minute, there's an indistinct mountain over here as well. So I've got that sort of, I've got those flowing lines coming down into the frame. I've got balance. I've got this lovely road, and there's a bit more of it out there in the distance. Like I said, it's a nice scene. But the thing that's jarring me a little bit is everything that's got my interest is actually over here. Apart from the gate, there's not really a huge amount going on, which is why I went that way. Let me just try and line this up. So sort of like that, maybe slightly tighter, something like that. Again, I'd have to be really careful with balancing these lines here and the line coming down there to make sure that they actually did come down into the frame. So everything is sort of taking you down into the content. Now, clearly it needs sunlight on it, and that's fine. I can do this whilst I'm waiting for the sun to pop back out again. But, oh, hang on, let's just do a square, which isn't really going to work on the Osmo. Oh, it might do actually. So a square sort of works, but I don't know. This is one of those scenes where that just seems to suit the content so much better. So I sort of hope that in some way goes to try and explain the dilemma I'm having. I think a square would work if there was just a subject, but there isn't just a subject. There's probably three subjects: the road, the brown ferns and the mountain in the distance, maybe the sky up above, I don't know. So maybe there's four things, but then the fifth one would be the mood. And the mood is, it's a nice scene. Does a square put across a nice scene? I don't think it does. I keep going back to the portrait. But then portraits are supposed to be energetic, and this isn't energetic. It's a tough one, and I don't think I have an answer for you. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot both. I'm going to shoot both portrait and landscape. I might even do a square as well. And then what I'd like to do is I'd like to know what you think. My preference, stood here right now looking at the scene, is definitely a portrait. I think I've made that abundantly clear. But we all interpret things in a slightly different way. And what I'm actually quite interested in here is, so what's the view out there? Which one works for you? And most crucially, why? What's the mood? Two questions then. Which one suits you best and why? Three questions. And what's the mood that you get from your preference? Those are the three things I think that I'm interested in. So the sun has come back out, although the mountain in the distance is still in shade. So I'm now going to spend a little bit of time creating a series of images as the sun comes out. And then what I'll do is I will post the three images once I've done that. And then if you guys could let me know, that would be fantastic. Okay, so as you saw, I did several interpretations of the scene, and that's because the light was changing. Different portions were being lit and not lit, and so on and so forth. So it kind of made sense to just kind of keep taking frames, but trying to do them in all the different orientations. And as I said, I am interested in which one works for you and why. If you've liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help the channel and it does help the content. If you like landscape photography, then please consider becoming a subscriber if you're not already. It's free and you can unsubscribe at any time. I should bid you farewell, and until we're out in the landscape again, everybody stay well, stay safe and take care of each other. Cheerio for now.